Hi, and welcome to Mom Babes, where every mom is a babe. And if you say, Christina, I don't feel like a babe, I haven't eaten a meal in silence for over a month, then this channel is especially for you. I make videos for moms who are creatives, and if you say, Christina, I am not a creative, that's a lie, because raising a live human being is basically the most creative thing that there is. I put out videos every week, so make sure that you subscribe and ding the bell to get notified each time I release a new video. Today we are talking about 5 easy puree recipes that you can make for your baby 6 months plus. So let's dive in. So to make your own homemade baby food, really the only things that you need are a food processor and some kind of freezer storage container. I use a silicone one. There are other options out there on the internet. Mostly, when I first got involved, I bought a whole system and I found that it came with all these little fridge storage containers and even a processor for baby food. I was really underwhelmed with how the food processor blender, I guess it's called, did. So you can make it simple on yourself. If you already have a food processor, all you have to do is get the freezer storage, and that's really all you need to get started. So the 5 things we are going to be making today are avocado, butternut squash, and once you cook your butternut squash, you are going to add some spinach, pureed carrots, beets. We have the pre-packaged kind, which makes it super easy. If you do have beets that are uncooked, I'm going to show you how to process those too. This is one from our garden. I'm actually really happy at the size of it because usually they're like half this size. And peas. Oh, this whole video series is part of how we fed our baby, who is now 2.5, almost 3, which is crazy. For the first 2 years, we did a strictly paleo diet. And so these are kind of the initial purees that we started him on. I was really big on not giving him any kind of fruit or anything that was processed at all until later on. I think we introduced fruit when he was a year old. So 6 months to a year, we just did vegetables basically so that your baby acquires a taste for vegetables. My theory on it is kind of that they don't really care or have a preference when they're 6 months on what they eat. So obviously if you give them popsicles, they're going to want popsicles because they're sweet. But if you start them on just vegetables, they will develop a taste for vegetables and they'll eat some carrots just as happily as they would eat a banana. So that's kind of my theory for how I feed the kids, but obviously you can add in your own little treats as you see fit. When we did introduce fruits at a year, that was like a treat thing. So the biggest ones were apples and bananas at the beginning. So if he ate all of his food, then he would get an apple. And we didn't actually introduce processed sugar until he was past 2. And I think it was like a month after he turned 2. So that's not to be like, oh, haha, we fed our kid like this, but more so to make it really tangible and really obtainable for you and to let you know that you can do this, this can be done. It's not this crazy, weird thing. It does take a little bit of intentionality. And so this is the beginning. The purees is just really getting your baby started on eating vegetables, and you will see that they will acquire a taste for veggies. People will ask, well, my kid doesn't like this. You do need to try things. I think it's 30 times or something ridiculous. I don't remember the number, but it's very high until your baby actually likes something. The first time they have food, they're just not going to like it in general. So if you introduce vegetables and they're not in love with it immediately, that's normal, that's okay. Just keep trying different ones, especially the beets and the carrots that are sweeter. They usually take to those. And butternut squash is pretty sweet too. So these are some great options, healthier options than potato chip, veggie chip crackers that actually have no vegetables in them. What I love about these baby purees is how easy they are to make and that you can make them in batches, which means that you're not cooking every day. That's for the win. So I'm going to show you how to make all the batches in this one video, but obviously you can just pick 1 or 2 that you make over the next few weeks, depending on how many meals your baby is eating, and kind of rotate them in and try new things. Also feel free to venture out from here and try other fruit and veggie combos. now you can tell everybody that you make your own baby food and sound super fancy, and no one has to know how easy it is. But in all seriousness, hopefully this was super simple, super achievable for you to work into your schedule and get some more veggies into those babies. I know we're always trying to squeeze them in somehow. The great thing is that you can make them in batches and use them up to weeks later, rotate them into your feeding schedule. Thanks so much for joining me today. And if no one has told you yet today, you are doing a good job. Thanks guys, and I'll catch you next time.